organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up on Daily Iowan TV, constitutionally bound. See why the president had to make a special exception for his second oath of office.
And in sports, we're debuting our brand new basketball talk show, Courtside.
That's coming your way next. Daily Iowan TV starts now.
I'm Tom Brokaw. For more than 100 years now, the University of Iowa community has been waking up to the Daily Iowan. Today, it's the largest newsroom in eastern Iowa. And now you can see the news every night on Daily Iowan TV and get it anytime worldwide at dailyiowan.com.
Thanks for tuning in to your Sunday edition of Daily Iowan TV. I'm Allie Wright.
And I'm Muriel Kone.
President Barack Obama has been sworn into his second term as the President of the United States of America. In a private ceremony held in the White House, the President gave the oath of office to Chief Justice John Roberts over a family Bible. According to the Constitution, the President must begin his term on January 20th at noon. However, inaugurations are not typically held on Sundays, so the special ceremony was set up. President Obama will take the oath again tomorrow in front of the U.S. Capitol and thousands of people.
There may be a few empty seats in the University of Iowa classrooms on Tuesday, as this year's flu season has turned out to be a bit nastier than normal. Daily Iowan TV's Nicole Meehan found out how the UI is trying to keep their students flu-free.
The flu. We all know where to find it.
Doorways, handles.
Campuses.
Probably the weight equipment at the gym, too. At the bars, definitely.
But the University of Iowa is trying to put a stop on the epidemic. Influenza, or flu for short, is a contagious respiratory infection. Common symptoms include a cough, fever, runny or stuffy nose, and fatigue. This year's flu season started about a month earlier than expected.
To have you do is just relax your arm.
Also, the dominant flu strain for 2012 is one that tends to make people a little bit sicker. Some parts of the state, like Des Moines, are in a shortage of vaccination supplies. But Lisa James says the UI's student health services are fully stocked. James says she has seen a slight increase in the amount of flu cases at student health, but she thinks
the worst is yet to come as soon as students get back on campus.
The flu virus is hard to avoid, leaving a vaccination as the best protection.
Viral organisms can live on inanimate objects for up to 8 hours. You know, you're touching doorknobs that all kinds of people have passed through, and then you might touch your face or your mouth, and that's an entry point for viral organism to get in your body and cause influenza.
Another obvious way to protect yourself from getting the flu is to wash your hands. Health experts say that you should wash your hands for at least 20 seconds, or the amount of time that it takes to sing 2 happy birthdays. This is Nicole Meehan, Daily Iowan TV.
The Iowa Department of Public Health has reported 526 cases of influenza in the state of Iowa. Student Health allows walk-in appointments for the vaccinations. And for those of you who do not like needles, a little nasal mist is also an option. And still to come on Daily Iowan TV, driving ahead, see how a popular moped program is expanding for the future.
And in sports, find out who took home the Daily Iowan TV Sports First Player of the Week award.
But first, let's take a look at weather with Stefan Duran.
I wish I could say I had better news for the start of the new semester, but it looks like it will be a cold one. Tomorrow will continue to be cold, starting us off at 3 degrees in the morning with a few clouds. Not much of an increase in the afternoon, with only temps coming in to 12 degrees. And tomorrow evening will be 9 degrees, ending the day in single digits. As for the rest of the coming week, the first day of school on Tuesday will be a bit warmer than the last few days, but still below freezing. Wednesday will heat us up a little bit, rising to 32 degrees. But on Thursday and Friday, we fall back down to 20-degree temperatures, taking us to the weekend. That's all for weather. Back to you guys at the desk.
In the last couple years, students have come to the local Iowa City business for their campus travel needs. Last week, Moped U announced its future plans to expand to a new college location. Our own Stefan Duran tells us more about this local business growth.
Growth is necessary for any company to succeed, and for one local Iowa City business, expansion has been on their mind. Moped U is starting in on its 3rd year this spring of renting out affordable mopeds and scooters to university students, and with their early success brings high chances of business growth. Expanding the perimeter of Moped U to warmer areas of the Midwest is very important in its development in order to maintain a longer operating season. The possibility of expanding this innovative company has always been the main goal, owners say, but because this new opportunity was recently presented, now was the great time to move forward.
The cash flow is definitely there, and we see the opportunity in the second location, and over time this could probably generate another store, but we want to get there as soon as possible. So
owners Brian, Tommy, and Josh are all U of I graduates that came to know the need for mopeds during their time here at Iowa. Working with the university has been a way for Moped U to attract student renters and to promote ideas like scooter safety. With great success on one campus, the team is also planning for their new location to be in a similar college setting. Co-owner Brian Ilg insists that environments similar to Iowa City are great places for business because of the large amount of student need.
But a lot of students, do have jobs that they work over at the mall, they work downtown, they need to get around as well. So we do deal with a lot of just students in general that, have busy schedules as well.
Because mopeds are such an important part on many college campuses, the Moped U team hopes that this new expansion will be merely a stepping stone for a larger future. Stephen Duran, Daily Iowan TV.
And now it's time to take a look at what's going on outside of Iowa. Thousands of Americans got together on Saturday in support of guns. These Guns Across America rallies filled streets in front of several state capitals. President Obama will begin his work towards stronger gun control laws after revealing his plan to the nation last week. Those in attendance of the rally spoke out strongly against the president's plans.
President Obama said he's ready to help Algeria after terrorists attacked a natural gas complex. Algerian forces ended the 4-day standoff that left 23 hostages dead. The White House blamed the militants and said the U.S. will stay in touch with Algeria.
France's foreign minister is asking for Mali's government to take over. France has sent forces to Mali to stop Islamic extremists, but they cannot do it alone. Despite France asking the Mali government to help, officials say they can't make any promises. They also say the government does not have the money of the people to lead the attack against the terrorists.
And Allie, such a big win for the Hawks last night.
That's right, Muriel, and Carver is back. With more on everything black and gold, let's toss it on over to the court side with Josh Bolander. Josh?
That's right, guys, and welcome back to the Daily Iowan TV Sports Studio. Awesome show for you today as we debut our brand new weekly series, Courtside, following black and gold basketball all season long. And what better way to start than with full highlights of the Hawks' huge win over Big Ten leaders Wisconsin last night.
Fran McCaffrey's bunch, of course, welcoming in Bo Ryan and the Badgers to Carver Hawkeye Arena. Fran McCaffrey's bunch, of course, welcoming in Bo Ryan and the Badgers to Carver Hawkeye Arena. The Iowa faithful remembering the late Chris Street in this one, and as head coach Fran McCaffrey put it, there was simply a different energy in the building. It showed early. Hawks off to a fast start thanks to the Mike Cassell show, the freshman with the three in the corner, and then a great move to the basket here for the easy layup. Melson Basabi getting in the action as well, the hoop and the harm. Hawks up 14-4 early. Crowd is juice. They'd appreciate the defense as well. Maybe the best defensive effort of the year so far for Iowa. Aaron White with the steal and the big-time bucket at the other end. And if some is good, well, more is better. White punishing the Wisconsin interior. Herky absolutely loving that one. First half winding down. Devin Marble with the rock, the drive, and the teardrop. Hawks take a 34-18 lead into the break. As good teams do, though, Wisconsin would respond. The best flat top in the game, Ryan Evans with the baseline jumper here. And then former Iowa commit Ben Brust in the corner. Trey Bien. Wisconsin really with all the momentum until the Hawks defense strikes again. First Anthony Clemens with the block. The freshman breaks with the ball up the floor. Dishes to Melson Basabi, who puts down the hammer. Crowd loves it. You can see that the bench loves it. Bo Ryan, not so much. His team would respond, though. Sam Decker from the left. That's good. Sam Decker from the right. Well, why not? Badgers close the lead to 46-35 with just over 10 to play. But once again, it's the black and gold's pressure. Eric May with the steal, and you guessed it, big-time jam here. Chicago's own George Marshall trying to make things interesting late for the Badgers. Jumper over Clemens, rises over Cassell, and then a huge three-point play, courtesy of a foul by Aaron White to cut the lead to 3. That would be it, though, for the red and white. Turnover late, White with the rock, and fans storm Carver's floor for the second straight year against Wisconsin. Hawks win 70-66. We caught up with Hawkeye playmaker Devin Marble, whose late second half three gave the Hawks some much-needed breathing room.
Well, he had 4 fouls, so I knew he was going to try and take away the drive, so I wouldn't really think about driving to get him that 5th foul. And at the same time, I know I'm not the same with the same quickness and explosiveness I'm used to having. So at the time, I just needed a little room, so that the move gave me enough room to just pull up and shoot the shot.
Marble may have stolen the show late, but after back-to-back big-time performances, sophomore forward Aaron White left no doubt who would be snagging Courtside's Player of the Week.
Aaron White paid respects to fellow big man Chris Street, helping the Hawks to a 2-0 week. White got started against the Wildcats at Welsh Ryan Arena, scoring a game high of 17 points, racking up 6 rebounds, assisting the Hawks to end their 5-game losing streak to their big city rivals. The Hawks were back in Carver Hawkeye Arena last night, where they faced off against Wisconsin. Wisconsin coming off a big win against second-ranked Indiana. White again scored 17 points, shooting 13 of 15 from the free throw line, which was crucial for this Hawkeye win as the game came down to the final minutes. After these 2 big wins, the Hawks head out to Ohio State, which is sure to be a tough road test for this team on the rise. White's expected to have a nice showing of support in the stands, as Strongsville is just an hour away from Columbus. That's going to do it for me on Player of the Week, Aaron White. Back to you guys in the studio.
Behind White's huge game, the Hawks improved to 2-3 in conference play, while Bo Ryan's Badgers dropped to 4-1. Still a whole lot of the season left, but here are your official Big Ten standings, with March just a couple of months away. Wisconsin still finds himself in the top half of the conference, with the hometown Hawks on the rise. Here to talk some more Big Ten ball in our show within a show, Daily Iowan sports editor Ben Ross and Ian Martin present the Full Court Press. Boys?
Welcome to our first ever Full Court Press. Ian Martin alongside Ben Ross from Carver Hawkeye Arena. We are awaiting the tip of the women playing number 11. Purdue will have the score for you after this segment. But Ben, we're here to talk about the men. Last night here in Carver Hawkeye Arena, 70-66, the Hawkeyes defeated the Badgers. And the general consensus seems to be that it was a good win, but can it be considered a good win when you're up by 20, control the whole game, and you only win by 4?
Well, yeah, it's a good win because I was able to do something here on Saturday night another team in the Big Ten's been able to do so far, and that's beat Wisconsin. Now, you can say it's a bad win when they're up by 20, but also the fact of the matter is a win's a win, especially with the Hawkeye team that still has a losing record under head coach Fran McCaffrey.
And a losing record in conference play as well. It will be tough to get to 500. The Hawkeyes go on the road next to number 8, Ohio State. Ben, you were doing some research. Pretty drastic differences between the Buckeyes and Hawkeyes in terms of depth on the roster.
Yeah. So the Hawkeyes have 4 players that come off the bench that average 10 minutes a game or more, and Zach McCabe, Melson Basabi, Eric May, and Josh Oglesby. Whereas the Buckeyes, they only have 2 or 3 players they really look to that come off the bench during the entire game. This is a game where I think depth for the Hawkeyes is definitely a big advantage over the ranked Buckeyes.
He may be from Minnesota, but he knows his Iowa basketball statistics quite well. For Ben Ross, I'm Ian Martin. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, guys. And as Ian mentioned, Bluter's bunch in action this afternoon against 12th-ranked Purdue, and well, the trend of beating ranked opponents continues, this time in extremely impressive fashion, jumping out to a 41-18 lead at the half. Final score in this one, 62-46. So a great win for the Lady Hawks this afternoon. Well, that's all for us here at Courtside. Be sure to tune in all season long as our staff welcomes in special guests, continues our Full Court Press, and gives you some of the most extensive coverage the state has to offer. Muriel, Hallie, back to you at the desk.
And only on Daily Iowan TV can you get a sneak peek into Monday's edition of the Daily Iowan. Read about how a former UI Dance Marathon patient is now a successful wrestler beating the odds.
Plus find out what Johnson County jail officials have to say about the recent Iowa State penitentiary controversy.
That's your latest edition of Daily Iowan TV. Be sure to check us out tomorrow or anytime online at dailyiowan.com.
Thanks for watching and have a great night.